You know that feeling right before you're about to talk or speak? Something in you just signals you to be quiet. Not because you don't care, but because something deep down in you, in your nervous system, it signals you to be quiet. Most people call that shyness. Some people call it their personality. Some people even say it's anxiety. But I want to tell you today that that's not any of them. That's just survival response to trauma, to things you've outlived. And I came across something of recent that reframed everything I thought I knew about confidence and self-expression. And the core of this is that your brain is not broken. It's doing exactly what it's meant to do. It's doing exactly what it was trained to do. But here's the catch. Now, the problem is when the training happened a long time ago in situations that no longer exist, your brain never got the update. It never got updated. So today, I want to talk you through what happens, what it costs you, and what it actually takes to change it. When you were a kid, your nervous system was constantly running on experiment. Every time you expressed yourself, every time you raised your hand, every time you said what you felt like or even took up space, your brain logs the outcome. Now, if the outcome was praise, your brain logs it in to keep doing that so that you keep getting praised, right? But if the response was neglect, if it was pushed away, if it was laughed at, your brain sees it as a threat to protect yourself. Now, this isn't weakness, this is intelligence. Your brain is doing what exactly it's supposed to do, which is learning from its environment, learning from responses received. Now, the problem is that the brain learned so much that even after you've left that environment, it still keeps applying what it learned in terms of responses. So silence became your default, not because you're quiet, but because silence always worked and your brain never forgot that. Now, this is where it gets uncomfortable because it's not just about speaking up. It bleeds into everything, your daily life. You overthink every text even before you send it. You over-rehearse whatever you want to say, your responses, even when it doesn't matter, your conversations. Sometimes these things happen days before. You soften your opinion just so it makes it easy for people to swallow. You apologize even before anything is said. And you might have spent years thinking, I just need to be more confident. I just need to be more confident. But let me tell you today that confidence is not the root problem. Your nervous system stress mode is, which is your brain. Your brain has learned over time that being visible equals being vulnerable, and being assertive equals conflict, and that taking up space equals punishment. So suppression becomes automatic, not a choice you make. It becomes a reflex that fires back even before you make any form of decision. The really dangerous thing about suppression is that it eventually stops feeling like suppression. It just feels like you, like your baseline, like it's normal. But inside, deep down, the pressure is building. What now started, or what then started as protection, starts generating into its own damage. Chronic anxiety that has no clear source, resentment, both at yourself and others. Resentment that you can't put a name on. You can't name it. You have no reason whatsoever to be resentful because you've been using enormous amount of energy every day to manage, monitor, and minimize yourself. And the worst part, the longer this goes on, the more it feels like your identity. You stop thinking, I learned to suppress myself, and you start thinking, I'm not just that kind of person. For me, I think about this a lot personally. Maybe for you, it was a parent who shut you up whenever you tried to speak up or show emotions. Or it was a classroom, probably in school, where being wrong felt very catastrophic. Or maybe it could have been in a relationship where you learned that needing things led to punishment. You didn't choose that environment, you just adapted to it, just so you could survive. And here's the thing that took me so long to understand. The version of you that feels too much, too sensitive, too direct, That's not the broken version. That's actually closer to who you were before the world taught you to shrink. So, what do you want to do with all of this? I'm not going to tell you to be more confident. You don't need any form of motivation. You just need new data for your nervous system. Because the only thing that requires a conditioned threat response is repeated, safe exposure to things you've been avoiding, which means speaking even when your voice is unsteady, setting boundaries even when it's uncomfortable, being honest about what you actually think even when the outcome is uncertain. Not because it feels good at first. No, it won't. Trust me. Because your brain, it'll keep firing shots at you. Don't do that. Don't say it. Don't do this. Because that's how it's been conditioned from your past experiences. But every time you do it, nothing terrible happens. Every time you are seen, you survive it. This means that you are writing a new file over the old one. You're building new experiences over the past ones. And this isn't about becoming a new person or a different person. It's about giving your brain enough evidence to stop treating you like you are still in danger. So here is what I want to leave with you. If you've spent years feeling or thinking that something is wrong with you, you are too anxious, too quiet, too stuck in your head, I want you to know this and also consider the possibility that nothing is wrong with you. You are absolutely fine. You only adapted intelligently to specific set conditions, and those conditions probably do not exist anymore. The moment you understand this and really understand it, the question now shifts from what is wrong with me to what I really need to learn now. That is a completely different starting point. And guess what? From there, everything becomes possible. So guys, if you'd like to see more videos like this or this currently resonates with you, let's know in the comment section. Share your story and remain blessed. Bye.